You know, usually when you log on to social media these days and you see it in shambles and have people arguing back and forth and just laying these insane claims out about something, you know it's one of three things. Disney announced a new Star Wars project, Elon Musk said something dumb, or Blumhouse is releasing a new movie. What's up, you guys? Nick here at the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm here to give you a second video today. I don't normally do this. I had my Oppenheimer review scheduled 24 hours ago, so it just dropped today, and nobody's watching it anyway, so that's awesome, but I'm going to keep doing it because I love to talk about movies that I love. Whatever, my channel, screw you, YouTube. Your algorithm can't keep me down. But of course, officially the trailer for The Exorcist Believer dropped online today to responses. We'll just say that. And I do feel like there's a misconception here, so I'm excited to kind of dig into that as well. First and foremost, I just have to say, guys, I saw this playing in front of Oppenheimer. I also saw that this was leaked online last weekend. You know, a low-res, screen-recorded, copy of the trailer that someone took on their phone. And people immediately started going off with their opinions. I was somebody that was neither overwhelmed nor totally underwhelmed. I was just whelmed, I guess. This is a movie that I'm excited to hear Tubular Bells on the big screen again, just because I love that music so much. Like, I love it so much. And I've never gotten to see an Exorcist movie in theaters, so I'm excited for that. But I didn't have high hopes for this movie, and even as someone that liked 2 of the 3 Blumhouse Halloween movies and thinks David Gordon Green is a good filmmaker, I had my issues with it. You know, Danny McBride writing, Halloween and The Exorcist are 2 different beasts. If you're writing dialogue for Pazuzu, I get kind of scared. So, honestly, it was something that, it piqued my interest, but I had my reservations. And then I watched the trailer, the terrible leak that was out last week, and I was like, that was a trailer for a movie, I think. That was pretty much my takeaway. Now, when I saw it in front of Oppenheimer in HD on the big screen, I gotta say, it went over easier for me. It did. It definitely seemed to be more competent than that terrible low-res version made it seem like. Also, that was only like a minute and a half of it, so you didn't get to see the first half of the trailer. It went down easier. I'd say I was just like, okay, meh. I wasn't like, oh, we'll get to those reactions. But then I watched it when it came out online today, and I felt the same way. So I kind of want to give you guys my pros and my cons about this trailer and, address some of the takes that are coming out about this trailer, because I think some of them are really corny. All right, so my first pro about this trailer is it looks competent. Like, the shot composition, the set dressing, the lighting, it looks competent. Would you expect anything less from Blumhouse? Some might say generic, but they kind of mean the same thing in a sense, especially when it comes to horror nowadays. It might look copy-paste studio horror, but that at least tells me, okay, this isn't going to be an inaudible mess where you don't even understand what's being said, what's happening, the effects are terrible. No, this looks competent, so it's got that going for it. I loved that they put Tubular Bells in this trailer. Now, I think that you would be an idiot if you didn't put Tubular Bells in the trailer. Like, you have to do it. So, hearing that throughout the trailer in snippets here was awesome. I am just so excited to hear that on the big screen. I seriously cannot wait. I really like to see Ellen Burstyn here. Now, I've read more about her role in this movie, and I'm kind of like, I don't know about that. Again, I'll have to watch that play out on screen. But she looked like she was giving a good performance from what we saw in the trailer. She looked a lot better than you would expect at her age. It's also just really cool that she was game to come back and do this, especially after the experience of the first movie and, famously not wanting to come back for The Heretic. So that's cool. Like, I'm a big fan of her in this trailer, and I think that she looked like she was stepping right back into the role, and I'm excited for that. Now, how they wrote her character, we'll see. We'll definitely see. But I liked it. I also liked, and this probably is my last, it's kind of a two-parter. I liked a lot of the makeup. Some of it, it's Chris Nelson, so you know it's going to be solid. The stuff's going to look really good. I like some of the shots at the end of the trailer, most noticeably the one that is a clear callback to the band trailer from the 70s. That, like, a moment like that tells me that David Gordon Green is a fan of The Exorcist. Whether he's going to deliver a good Exorcist movie or not, we'll see. I mean, and most of the internet's already made their mind up. Or so you might think. But that shot tells me, okay, that's some reverence for the material, which is nice to see. It's kind of comforting almost to be like, okay, I feel like this guy's watched this movie a lot, and he has. You wouldn't be wrong if you thought that, if you felt that way. So those are, and there was one line that I really liked. This is a mixed for me. I think there's only one mixed thing, and the rest are cons. So we'll get to the cons. But the one mixed thing for me is the dialogue, where I was not someone who was a big fan of the body and the blood, and I understand what it represents. I understand what it means. But I just felt like this doesn't really feel like The Exorcist. This feels like your prototypical exorcism movie you have in the year 2023. Now, there's clearly an audience for that, and you want to bring in people from, this generation into this movie. That's how you're going to make it successful. So I understand why you do it. But I also don't know if The Exorcist needs that. So that was a weird moment for me. So while that was mixed, I really liked the line at the end of the trailer where Pazuzu says, God played a dirty trick on you. That was like ooh, okay, Pazuzu, you might still got it. I don't know. Danny McBride, maybe you threw a couple zingers in there. I liked that line. I also liked Ellen Burstyn saying, like, we've met before, and she says, mother. I was like, ooh. Yeah. So there's some promise there with the dialogue, but there's also some validation for my worry with the dialogue. So that is a mixed bag. I don't know which one's going to outweigh the other one by the time this movie comes out. Now, as far as my cons go for the trailer, look, it looked really, really safe. It looked really studio. It looked really glossy at a lot of points. It really, really did. On top of that, for me, the whole jump cutting and blood splatting on the wall and lights flashing and, kid on the ground going, and, whatever. I see that in every exorcism trailer nowadays. And it's just like, it's almost nauseating when you're watching it. You're like, okay, I've seen this before. Awesome, cool, so fun. That was kind of my reaction when that kind of stuff was happening as I'm watching it. I'm like, that's not scary. That's not effective to me. And quite frankly, it's just uninteresting. So that's just not, I don't know. I don't know about that. My biggest worry with this movie and my biggest takeaway from this trailer is this, at least from the first trailer. Now we have yet to see more, and we've yet to see the movie. How often can studios throw together a trailer that does not at all give you what the movie is going to eventually give you with the final product? I mean, the studio literally did it less than a year ago with Halloween Ends. So remember that before you say this is what the movie is. But based off of this trailer, it seems like it's missing the mark in one major area. The Exorcist was a drama where a demonic possession was taking place in this house to this family. But it was a drama first. By this trailer, and I know modern trailers nowadays, they want to show you all the blood and guts and the good stuff and maybe leave out all the quote-unquote boring stuff. This trailer doesn't look like a drama where these things happen to take place within that drama. This trailer makes it look like it is a modern-day exorcism movie. And if that is what this movie ends up being, and does not have the dramatic human element that the first movie had, and the third movie, then you missed the mark. You didn't do justice to The Exorcist. And that's how I feel about that. Again, that does not mean at all that this will be what the movie's final product is. But this trailer really doesn't give me the, this is a drama, oh, great vibes. Not at all. So we'll see. Now, regarding the reaction online that I've seen from a lot of people, I'm going to tell you guys, as someone that is like kind of middle of the road with this, neither hyped nor completely dreading it, I'm just kind of like smack dab in the middle, I've seen some wild ass takes. I have two Twitters. I have a personal Twitter, and I have a YouTube Twitter. My personal Twitter is for, dumb shit like sports and politics and all that. But my YouTube Twitter, that you guys all know about, is solely for movies and entertainment. And most of the people on my YouTube Twitter, the horror community, the diehard horror fans, seem to be muted to dreading this movie. That's most of them. There are a few outliers, but that's most of them. Whereas on my other Twitter, just people that aren't really plugged into the horror scene, going through the comments on this trailer from what you would call normies, I guess. People are like, wow, this looks good. Wow, this looks scary. Oh my God, I love that theme. And I was like, it was so weird. I was taking screenshots and I was like, what? Like the horror world seems to be on the complete opposite side of a lot of the casual movie-going audience. So what does that tell me? This movie's going to make a shitload of money for Blumhouse. It's probably going to get pretty decent reviews from critics. But the horror community, the diehards, most of them are probably not going to like it. So then it tells me it's what? One of the Halloween trilogy films? Okay, cool. So Blumhouse is just doing the same thing again, which kind of goes to why I'm worried about it being safe, generic, rebirth of an IP. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the Exorcist Believers trailer. Please comment down below and let me know what you thought of the trailer. Do you think it looks absolutely terrible? I'm sure most of you are going to say that. Are you just kind of meh on it? Are you just like, wow, this actually looks great? Anything and everything pertaining to this trailer, discuss it down below. Leave a like on my video. Share it to your friends, your mom, your cousin, your dog, your cat. I have a cat. He's on my bed right now. It's not your bed, dude. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait for this movie to come out so the internet can implode like it did with Halloween Ends. This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I am pulling out.